Just want y'all to know, it's been a lot of things that went down within these last 8 months. Like I told you, my life is a movie now. You know what I'm saying? Not that I asked to be. I know a lot of people would love for their shit to be. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Because if me speaking the truth gets me in trouble, then I guess I'm doing something right, right? Alright, so basically, I'm going to be posting videos here on IG. I'm going to post like shorter clips, and then the longer videos, I'm going to post it on YouTube. My movement is about building power and leadership among us, women impacted by the system. Now, we all know that no matter how long of time that we've done, and no matter how long of time we've been home, that we're still impacted by the system, and a lot of people don't understand. So that means if you've done one day or 2 days in jail, is enough to impact your life so much that you lose your housing, you lose your job, you lose your children, and there's other collateral losses in the effect of that, and expenses in effect of that. So imagine somebody that's done 20 years, what type of trauma that they're battling with. You know, somebody who's done 15 years, 10 years, 5 years. You know, for the last 6 years that I've been released. So I was released in 2015. I was released from prison after serving 11 illegal years. Since then, I've been continuing the work that we done on the inside, right? The work that we did together that I didn't do alone, and the work that I done recently that I can't do alone. So I've been continuing that work. And what y'all need to know is this. It wasn't intentional. I didn't come home with no dreams of being no activist. You know what I'm saying? Like many of us, I come home, I want to forget what happened, and I want to move on with my life. I chose to study criminal justice and human rights. So I don't know. I just wanted a job like the rest of y'all. You understand what I'm saying? Criminal justice, human rights. But then I started going to these events. I started speaking on panels, right? I started working in these exclusive spaces for these non-for-profit organizations. And I started to notice that these people are not who they say they are. And that the work that they're doing is not the work that they say they're doing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them care and is doing good work, some of them rather. And a lot of them are not. And you're just being used as a commodity in the same way you was getting paid 15 cents an hour for a job in prison that helps to keep that prison running. You understand what I'm saying? It's the same way that a lot of us come outside here in the real world, in the streets, and accept these low-level, low-ball jobs, and low-level and low-ball positions, and low-level and low-level treatment. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of it is due to lack of self-esteem. A lot of it is due to whatever, fears that you have. Maybe you don't want to speak to this person because they have this certain title. None of that shit mean nothing to me. Nothing. Never meant nothing. I know that I was coming from the cage, from the bottom. I needed to work my way up. I'm a fast learner. And what I learned fast about working on the criminal justice fund on a national level, what I learned fast of working on the bail and policing fund on a national level, what I learned from joining movements like the No New Jails movement, and this is exactly the reason why I want to give you my testimony and give you some so y'all can pay attention to this video. But at the end of the day, I'm about to be reposting that testimony because I need y'all to understand where this shit started. Okay? 2015, when I came home, I was speaking out against the system. Y'all want to know about reentry? Y'all want to know about education? Those type of things. We need more programs for reentry to help us better reenter into society. That should not only be an opportunity given to people who have attended college behind bars, because they only accept a small few out of a lot of applicants. The other thing was to promote education, because I believe and truly believe that if you elevate your educational level, that you will open opportunities for yourself. Okay? And those were the two things that I spoke out against. I have never been targeted, had anybody send me death threats, or none of that during those period of times. I was cool. Like I said, I started advancing in these positions, started working and speaking out in the same way. All of a sudden, I started learning all this information from the No New Jails movement and why it's important not to continue this legacy of slavery through these jails and prisons, but rather figure out a better way to hold people accountable for their crimes, right? Because prison is not it. Inside of the 13th Amendment, it actually says that we are slaves. It's not that we're not slaves anymore. We're just different kind of slaves. And all I need people to understand is what kind of slaves are we within this American criminal slavery system, where you could be targeted, harmed, abused, and your abuser shows they get no accountability, no nothing. And then you come home and you want to be on a platform like Facebook or Instagram. You understand what I'm saying? That you being targeted by these same COs that have harassed and bullied us in prison. These same COs who look like us, but is chaining and caging us inside a prison. As if that's not bad enough, they want to chain and cage our minds by pretending to be people that they're not. They're pretending to be people that they formerly caged and enslaved through this American criminal slavery system. And now they're here online normalizing the theft of our images and videos, and is luring other people through these accounts. It needs to stop. It will stop. And it stops now. And I'm not going to stop speaking about it because it's like, you know what I'm saying? After this testimony that I've done, that's when this all started. I'll tell you why. Let me get some water. Hold on. Like I said, I'm going to be posting that video. Inside that video, I reveal a lot of stuff that's going on behind bars. It is not enough to endure that shit. You understand what I'm saying? When I was working for Borealis, and I was working on a national level, and I was doing bail and police reform, I started to get traumatized by the stuff that I started to learn. I peeled my case 9 times. I put that shit behind me a long time ago, baby. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't got no reason to think about that. I already put that shit behind me. I already moved forward in so many different ways. So the fact that I'm triggered now on this job because I'm speaking to different organizers across this country that is working on bail and police reform, and the people that we're speaking to is the people that don't normally get funding. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I'm gonna get into all of this because traditional philanthropy and the philanthropy that I was working for is 2 different philanthropies, even though they are one and of the same. But I just wanted to shoot this video out real quick because this is a lot to discuss. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm gonna repost the testimony, even though I know a lot of you seen it, a lot of you showed love. That's cool. That's what's up. Because I did it for us. You understand what I'm saying? I have nothing to gain when I'm sitting at the top level of where people like us could come from where people like us don't get an opportunity to get in, right? Because I'm 1% to get into philanthropy. And people who have a PhD, who are black, do not get into philanthropy. I will get into that in other videos. I'm about to post my testimony. And for those who don't know and who don't pay attention, but know me and may fuck with me, and like I said, I just got on this social media shit again recently, right? And after I did my testimony, that was the first time that I had came onto social media type shit. You understand what I'm saying? Because I wanted to share my work. I wanted to share my message. I wanted people to understand why I was opposing these new $11 billion jails in New York City, which are said to be the model jails for the rest of the country, okay? The idea that jails is nice, it wasn't nice to me. Not nice from what I experienced in jails, not nice from what I experienced in prison. And I stayed away from all that Rikers Island shit because I was never on Rikers Island type shit. I got caught out in Long Island, actually, a very racist motherfucking town. So, you understand there's a lot to get into. There's just a lot to get into. So I'm going to be sharing the clips here, and I'm going to be sharing the longer videos on YouTube. Follow me, all right? Because I'm telling you, you're going to understand why I am the most targeted right now and the most feared activist. And if you've been paying attention to me and you've been watching me and you've been listening to me, then you understand why. It's not something I know, but it's something I'm learning, and something I'm learning very fast from everything that transpired in these last 2 years since this testimony. Re-listen to it. I'll be back for another video. In the meantime, stay tuned. Stay woke. Alright? Because a lot of this shit that you see is not real. She's alright. she's not real, baby. Subscribe to Puzzle, Power, and Leadership. That's my movement. Puzzle the Revolutionary. That's my name. I'll be back. And this is it. Puzzle.